Yep, that's right. Officially, Microsoft is going to be ending production of the Kinect, and honestly, I'm actually surprised about that because I thought the Kinect was already discontinued years and years ago because we really haven't heard any of new games coming out to the Kinect. And you know, if you go into a retail setting, a retail store right now, you really can't find the Kinect. You may find a Kinect once in a while, but for the most part, you really can't find Kinects anymore. So that would make you believe that Microsoft has discontinued the Kinect many moons ago, but that is not the case. Apparently, Microsoft has still been producing the Kinect up until this point in time, but now they are officially going to stop production of the Kinect. Now, the Kinect first premiered back on the Xbox 360 back in 2010, and then after the original Xbox 360 Kinect, they wanted to revamp the Kinect and make a second version of the Kinect, which first launched at the launch of the Xbox One. It was actually bundled with the original Xbox One, and that's why the Xbox One, when it first launched on the market, was $500, and the PS4 was $400, just because they force people to get a peripheral they may or may not want, which kind of sucks. And that is why the original Xbox One was $500, which kind of sucks. And that wasn't even a system that had more power than the PS4. The PS4 actually had less power. So basically what you're getting is you're just getting a peripheral you may or may not want, but in terms of like value, you may not be even getting a better value just because you're forced to get a product or an add-on you may or may not want, which kind of sucked. But then going on in the future to 2014, Microsoft immediately discontinued the Kinect in the bundle, so you didn't have to buy the Kinect anymore when you bought the Xbox One. So that was a fresh of breath air, and you honestly can see how fast they just said, nope, we're discontinuing the Kinect. You don't need to buy the Kinect because, as you know, right out the gate, the Xbox One was struggling hardly, and that was probably all due to the fact that it was $500 more than the original base model PS4, and honestly that was not great news. And I'm not surprised that Microsoft is going to stop production of the Kinect because, well, as we all know, the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X don't even support the Kinect. When you go to buy those things, you can't even plug in your Kinect. Sure, there's this dongle you can plug in, and you can still use your Kinect if you have an Xbox One Kinect on the newer models with this dongle. But for the most part, they pretty much don't even support it anymore. Officially, with the actual system itself, with the hardware itself, you have to buy an adapter. There's no port on it anymore, and I don't honestly think the Xbox Kinect would even honestly be a thing if it wasn't for the Wii. That's right, I'm saying it. Now it's really hard to say if it wasn't for the Wii or whatnot, but I think the real reason why Microsoft made the Kinect is because they saw the success of the original Wii, and they were like, this motion control stuff looks very good, and you can see the Wiis are selling really good, so let's make a peripheral for the Xbox that has motion control. And as you know, Microsoft was not the only one to get on this motion control bandwagon. It was actually Sony too. As you know, they did make the PlayStation Move. Now the PlayStation Move is still being sold today and being made, but it's being used for a different reason. It's being used for virtual reality, so you can move in virtual reality. But you can see that they really tried to go hard into this Kinect thing. Even Sony PlayStation, the PlayStation Move, they really tried to capture all the success that the Nintendo Wii was doing, but you can see that it did not turn out well. Actually, if you look online for the sales numbers of the Xbox Kinect, surprisingly enough, the Xbox Kinect actually sold a pretty good amount of units, and you would actually be surprised at the number. But honestly, I think one reason is just because if you look at the sales figures, a lot of them are going to be, of course, combined total of the Xbox 360 Kinect sales and the Xbox One sales. But as you know, a lot of the Xbox One sales for the Kinect were probably a lot of them bundled into the original Xbox One at launch, so they had no choice if they wanted a Kinect or not a Kinect. And honestly, I do remember some of the stuff for the Kinect. I remember watching the presentation where the guy was up on stage with the Kinectimals game and some other games, and it was just cheesy. It was just no good. I remember playing one game on the Kinect at my friend's house. I think it was like a Star Wars game, and you had the lightsaber and you had to go around using the lightsaber, and honestly it was finicky. It wasn't really that good, and honestly I did not really enjoy my time with that game. I can't really state if any other games for the Kinect are that good, good, but that game wasn't that good. Overall, I don't think the technology was that good in the Kinect. I think that is one reason why the Kinect failed, but overall, I'm not really surprised that Microsoft is ending production of the Kinect. It's about time the Kinect gets out of here because it's pretty much already a dead peripheral. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from My Tech News, signing out.